What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. As you can tell by the title, today we are going to be putting on some Brembo brakes on the G35 sedan. I'm going to try my best to kind of make this like an install video. We do have a few on the channel, but this trying to be the ultimate daily sedan, I really thought Brembos would be a really good touch. I got it for a steal of a deal. Miguel hooked me up with a part out car that had Brembos on it, so yeah, we're gonna take a stroll over there and then get the Brembo brakes installed. I know a lot of you might be like, yo, why do you need Brembo brakes on your G35 sedan? And ultimately, I can really just say it's just a flex. I got them for such a good deal that it was like, why not? And I sold a bunch of things off this car that pretty much gave me a lot of money back, so it's like, send it, you know. And for the vision that I'm trying to make with this car, it needs Brembos, you know. It's just one of those things that it's great. It's great. You can't hate on it. So yeah, let's get over to Miguel's and then start the process of swapping brakes. All right, guys, so we made it over to Miguel's house. I got the car backed in, got the stands where I'm gonna put them. I took the brakes off already, but they were on this car. Brembos are over here. I'm gonna probably give them a good like little wipe down before I put them on. The front rotors are actually at O'Reilly's being resurfaced, which was news to me actually, because Miguel told me that O'Reilly's does it and they do it in-house and like same day turnaround. So I was like, that's not bad at all. And I think it was like 25 bucks a rotor. So for you guys that have an O'Reilly's near you and didn't know that, well, there you go. So yeah, I'm gonna get the car up on 4 stands and then we'll check back in. I'll show you the little, you know, it's not rocket science. Brakes are brakes. I always tell people, you know, when they want to upgrade to bigger brakes, it's just the simplest way is just to get a full set of everything with the lines, rotors, pads, calipers, everything ready to just be thrown on. Obviously, if you need pads, get pads, or if you need rotors, get rotors. But for the most part, that's how I like to do it. And granted, you could also go get lines and stuff, but just for budget, if you can find the full set of Brembos with everything and you want to upgrade brakes, that's the easiest way. Akibonos work too. The only thing I don't really like about the Akibonos, and this is just my opinion, is that you have to use an adapter kit in the front, and I really don't like that. I would rather it just bolt in like OEM. So I'm always gonna prefer Brembos over Akibonos. That's just me. But yeah, let's get the car jacked up and get started. All right, guys, well, in the last clip you'll see the Infiniti was about to get started with the brakes, but unfortunately I ran into a huge issue which caused a whole delay. I'm gonna insert a picture right here just so you guys can see, but pretty much one of my lug nuts was completely cross-threaded and it spun the stud from the back, so the wheel was stuck on the car. I couldn't get it off. I'm gonna drop the picture right here. As you can see, I had to disassemble it from the inside. I had to get creative. The grinder was needed. It was awful. So we didn't have enough time to do it. But now I got the brakes. I got everything here. I'm at my house. Car's on all stands. So let's get cracking. I'm going to set you guys up on a time lapse, get everything off, and then I'll check back in once I start putting the Brembos on. Troy 7. All right, guys, so quick little update, just so you know, when you go ahead and install Brembos, at least installing it onto a car that didn't come with Brembos from the factory, this heat shield is going to be a lot smaller. So just to give you an example, this is the stock heat shield from, you know, whatever your base model or whatever, a model that didn't come with the Brembos. Okay, let's see if I can do this with one hand. Hold on. All right, so there, the rotor's on the studs, right? But then look at that, it doesn't get to seat all the way because of that. So all you got to do is really cut it. I have some metal scissors that'll cut through that, and then you're able to slide this fully on. So let me do that real quick and then I'll check back. All right, guys, not the prettiest thing, but I got it all chopped off. So now we should be able to go ahead and boom, then the rotor goes all the way on, doesn't intersect with anything. Gucci. All right, let's get the caliper thrown on, line tightened down and everything, and then move on to another one. All right, guys, so I'm gonna throw the rear driver's side Brembo on now, and I have it here, and I use this oven cleaner just to see, and it cleaned up pretty well. I mean, it's not the best, and obviously I wasn't gonna sit here all day cleaning these, so yeah. But I also have purple power, so I'm gonna try to see how the purple power and the oven cleaner kind of battle each other, because the oven cleaner did actually really well. These were pretty gross, so let's see what the purple power does on the other side, and see the comparison. But now I'm gonna throw these on real quick and then move on to the other side. All right guys, so we got the rears done. As you saw in the time lapse, looks fresh. So this is the side that I used the purple power on. I mean, it cleaned up pretty well. I really don't want to sit here and be like, oh, one's better than the other, because I can't really tell. I mean, they're both pretty damn clean. So yeah, but we got the rear on. I got the calipers over here. I just sprayed one with purple power. Now I'm going to spray the other one with this oven cleaner, and just let them sit while I go ahead and take the stock brakes off. Just get that kind of cleaned up. I think the oven cleaner might work better if it sits. That's just my theory, but we shall see. So all right, let's keep going, get the fronts off, and then check back in and see how these look. All right guys, so we got the front off, everything's taken off, and then over here I passed the brush on the one that I'm going to be putting on now, which is the passenger front, and it cleaned up pretty well. Obviously, like I said, I'm not going too ham, but it cleaned up decent for what it is. Obviously the inside's going to get dirty with the pads and dust and all that kind of stuff, so I'm not going to go too crazy, but it cleaned up well. So I'm going to install it now, and then I'll come back, we'll clean this one up, and then slap the last Brembo on. All right guys, so we got them all on, and I got them all bled. So now I'm just gonna slap the wheels back on, tighten everything, and then lower back on the ground. Also got some hub centric rings. If you guys don't know what these are, so pretty much every universal wheel has a bigger bore than what Nissan or your Honda or whatever it may be, the actual hub size. So what it does is it takes this little ring, right, and you put this ring right around here. You gotta kind of like smack it on there, but that ring pretty much fills in the gap between the wheel and the hub, and it's a lot easier when lining up, you know, like your studs and lining up your lug nuts, and it causes a little less vibration. So definitely one of those things that you should get. I think they're like $12 to $15 on Amazon or whatever, so definitely worth it. But enough talking, let's just get the wheels back on and take it for a drive. Alrighty guys, well, we finished with the install. Got the brakes all on there. I mean, come on, ultimate daily with those on, man. It literally is, it's so good. I mean, what's not to love about Brembos? They look fire. So that's awesome. I'm really happy. The vision that I have with this car is slowly starting to, you know, form together, and it makes me happy. You know, I can't lie, you know, to think I even like the Z, and like just having these cars, and like I always thought, like when I first got the Z, I was like so happy. I felt like I got like a Porsche, you know what I'm saying? And now it's like to have this, and then to be able to have this, and you know, they're kind of the same car, but they're not. And you know, I enjoy them for different reasons, but it's definitely nice to see your visions start coming together. So we're gonna take a drive over to Miguel's house, and you know, just test the brakes. I guess I'll just slam on them, you know, whatever. Not really something to show you guys on the camera, but we'll close it out once we get there. And yeah, so I mean, it looks fire, man. I just love the look. I I always love Brembos, you know, and then I got them for the Z, and unfortunately because of the 15 in the rear, I can't run the Brembo in the back. So it's kind of like a bittersweet feeling, you know. I have them in the front, but I don't have them in the rear. But just to have them on the daily and be able to kind of flex when I pull up, it's a rewarding feeling for sure. So let's hop in the car and just take a drive over to Miguel's.